Hi, this is Joy Truscott, and I was wanting to share with you an idea that has been slowly coming into my awareness as a way to explain where we are with our energy field right now. Oh, and it is such a huge place that we're in right now. We are experiencing more fluctuations of energies, frequencies than ever before. So the image that has come in to try and get some sense of what this is looks like this, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to explain it to you as I'm seeing it and as it's coming in. So if we were to imagine a drop of water falling from above and falling into a body of water, and as it falls in, the drop creates a perfect sphere as gravity connects and holds itself in this little meniscus, a little space of its own. And this one beautiful drop falls down and connects, makes an impact, a dent in to the body of water. And there's this little explosion out and around the drop that has gone down and immersed itself inside of this body. It almost dents the body of the water. Well, it does. It really shows it in slow motion. You can see it actually creates like a dent, an impression. So that dent, that impression, is what is being created by us being here as a human species, as part of this whole experience. We are creating impacts and we are creating these impressions. And from that impact and that impression, what happens is the energy explodes outward and begins to create these ripples that open up around the center point of impact. So if you can imagine that, like this drop falling into a body of water and the ripples opening up. And then if you can also imagine that once the drop is connected into the body of water and the impact is opened up around it, then the ripples begin to open up in these sort of like little gullies to a peak rising, dropping down into another little gully, into a peak rising, and so it'll go on and on and on, all the way around in these beautiful ripples in the pond kind of effect. And if we were to experience ourselves as beings coming into higher and more awareness, awakening out, and our field is opening and opening up. If we were to imagine that from the point of being here and coming in to survive and to manage in this life, the impact came in and we created a sense of who we were with this very first ripple of energy opening up. Now, if we were to imagine this ring, this sort of circle around the beginning point as a frequency, that we could play and we could be in this frequency, this space, and we could manage being there for as long as this frequency could hold us. But we are not to stay there. We are to constantly be moving, awakening, evolving, transforming, and extending ourselves and opening up our field of energy. And if we can successfully do that, we'll find ourselves moving through the space, coming into a little bit of an incline, a little bit of a space going upward, hitting a crescendo or a peak. That's where we are now, right there, right now. We're at that kind of top point, crescendo point. And if we are right at that top point, we either have a choice of sliding downward through and into the next vibrational field, or at the top point, we might not feel so brave and we might just slide back into the field that has been holding us and containing us with that information and that frequency and that sense of knowing. So we have a choice. We're at a tipping point, at a pivotal point, at this access point here, where we can choose if we are willing to embrace a new field of energy, a higher vibration, and to come into a higher experience, a greater expression of who we are as beings, as we continue on the journey towards our higher awakening transformation. Now, think about when we are in the certain layer, in a certain, the very first circle, say, we're in this little place. We create a sense of comfort here in the circle where we feel like we are in control and we're managing and we know what to do, and we've set up all the little structures and the boundaries and all the games, all the parameters and the disciplines, so that we all know what to be doing in that little circle. And the more structures and the more requirements we place into that so that we can all feel safe playing in this energy of survival, the more we are shutting ourselves down and actually beginning to diminish our experience, because we are beginning to perceive ourselves as needing to conform more and more and more. And so our identity, our sense of self, our value as our own unique being is being constantly eroded and diminished, so that the shape that we're in becomes very stifling and very tight and very restrictive. And so what does that make us feel like? Rebellious. Like we just want to explode. Like we just cannot wish to be in that space. We do not want to be controlled. We do not want to be contained. We do not want to be shut down, disciplined. And you can see this real anarchist energy coming out around us everywhere. It's like the screaming, tantruming child that says no, 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 no. And we are there. We are saying no, no, and no. We will not be manipulated. We will not be suppressed. We will not play in this place of being held back. We just will not do it anymore. Because we are those of us who are willing to experience something more, because we just know that there is something else. We are saying no to what is, so that we can begin to experience truth once again. And we are saying no to being shut down and to being guided in ways that are not truthful, not kind, not caring, and not considerate. So we are ready. We're ready to say no, and we're ready to experience ourselves in a whole different way. And we are ready to expand. So for those of you who have been feeling the sense of tightness and being held, suppressed, locked down, exhausted, depressed, all those feelings and emotions come together. You've been feeling like that. It's just your entire being, your signaling, perceptive, human being energy field is just saying, no, I don't want to. I don't want to anymore. This is not good. It's not serving me, and it's certainly not going to serve mankind. The only way we are going to go through this and become so powerful is if we step into a much higher frequency, so that we can begin to expand into our full potential. So let's do that. Let's just do that. Let's just agree that it's okay to say no, and let's say no in the most beautiful way, not in the way of rebellion and anger and hate, because that's the energy of entrapment. That's the energy of bondage and suppression and manipulation and fear and all those other hateful acts. It's not that way. The way we're going to say no is no in absolute honoring of everything that was created so that we can get to this point, so that we can now move from this point into the next point, the next place of expansion. And to do that, we're going to do it through our heart, with all our love and all our patience, kindness, and tolerance, and to step into a new space where we can find ourselves accountable, courageous, determined, beautiful, and to hold all the knowing that we have gathered through this body, the sensory being, of the pain of great struggle of the human form and the human reality, and hold it and bring release and forgiveness. Just open the heart and forgive, and be a gentle soul again, so that we can start to really show up in the way that we were meant to, divine beings of light and love. So I would love to wish that upon every heart and soul. May you be touched, blessed, and may you awaken to this divine energy frequency that is opening up for us. Great big arms opening, welcoming us in. Let's do it.
Like a bird on
So
a
much
tree.
love. Namaste.
I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see from up here. The world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors.